Okay. My name is Christal Jordan, and I am the cover editor for Rolling Out Magazine. And so excited to be talking to you today, Jackie Christie.
Thank you, Christal, and I'm so honored to be here.
Absolutely. Well, we know that you have the lifestyle, you have the man, you have the home, you have everything. You're back for season 11. And one of the first things I love that first scene with you was like, I've got all these things. I got the man, the house, the cars, the lifestyle. I'm just working on getting me together. So how is that? How is that journey going? How is the healthy part of your lifestyle journey going this season?
You know what? I love that question. It is still a struggle. It's always going to be a struggle. You know, us as women, we want a certain thing. But one thing that I will say is I mainly wanted to get fit. I wanted to be able to run up the stairs and not be out of breath and that kind of thing. It's never really been, I'm 5'8", about 186, 187 pounds. So I'm not really in the poundage area as much as the fitness area. Cardio has not been something that I've put first in my life for a while because I'm a lover and a giver. So I'm always taking care of everybody else.
Mhm.
And now to be finally taking care of me, it's put me in a great physical, mental, and soulful state that I have missed for a long time since my mother's passing. I just kind of put myself on the back burner. So it's going really good. And I appreciate you asking me that.
That's good. Well, I love to hear that. I think women, all of us, are guilty of putting others ahead of ourselves, especially wives and mothers. So that's great to hear you say that. I'm wondering because I know as we, transition in age, have you come to a understanding of this is who I am today? That may be different than who I was, in my early 20s or in my early 30s, or are you still like, how do you see the aging process for yourself? Because we know that television and a lot of attention can make that very difficult sometimes for women.
You know what? I love that question as well. No, I'm from Seattle. And one thing about us there is we have never, I don't know if it's just a Seattle thing or all around thing, but we never associate age or anything. We don't even talk about it. My mother passed away. She was 74, I believe it was.
Mhm.
And you would have thought she was 55.
Yeah.
We just don't put in, her skin was beautiful, hair down her back. We just don't really put a lot of emphasis on it. I think in Hollywood and the entertainment industry, people might do that. And it's, once you get 40, they start saying, oh my God, she middle aged, she old and all that. And it's like, come on now. And it's not, I think it's not age shaming, but I think it's too much emphasis put on it. Let's put more emphasis on the person, their overall inner feeling, how they feel about themselves. Are they eating healthy? Are they trying to eat clean? Are they under stress? That kind of thing. So no, I feel like with TV, what you see is what you get. I'm not trying to be something I'm not. I love and embrace me. Shoot, we look. I'm living my best life.
You
Okay.
better you better say that, Jackie Christie. I love it because
Thank
really it's about how you feel. And I do think, with time and experience should come wisdom, right? So
you.
we want to get wiser as we move along. So
Yeah.
do you think that there is a responsibility, or do you feel that there's a responsibility as an OG and just a woman who's been in this lifestyle? You've been a basketball wife for decades. Like you set this lifestyle up, right? So do you feel
Yes.
like you kind of have a responsibility to nurture and kind of lead the way for the new ladies coming onto the show?
I do, and being the lead and the matriarch on Basketball Wives LA in the franchise, and I pretty much started up the LA version myself and Malaysia Pargo, who I recently tweeted about and was like, "Bring my baby back, I miss you." I feel like I'm always, even off the show, I'm always trying to mentor, inspire, motivate all the women. I have two daughters, you know what I mean? And we're on the phone talking like girlfriends all hours of the day and night. They helping me with social media because they're millennials,
Yeah.
so they're telling me about all the different things in that world. And so, yeah, with these new ones, I love Brittany. I love
Mhm.
all the ladies that came on. I think there was some great casting choices in bringing on Vanessa. I actually, quite the contrary, met her in person on the show. I
Okay.
knew of her prior, but to meet her in person and for us to develop the friendship we have now is amazing. And it's a sisterhood though. She's basketball family, and she will always be that. She is a wife. So I was
Mhm.
happy for them to bring her on, and we have so much in common. She's out here doing her business stuff. Her
Mhm.
husband is coaching little leagues and stuff. My husband is coaching the NBA, but
Yes.
we've got our worlds are parallel. She gets
Mhm.
where I'm coming from, and the support that we give our men and the support that we have in the basketball, in the real basketball world.
Mm-hmm. Well, I love the scene with the two of you where you were telling her you had transitioned in one area to where you no longer have to check Doug when he comes home. You no longer have to do the check. And so I'm wondering, and she said she's still doing the check. She's still into the check. And, I understand both sides. I want to be where you are. I aspire to be there. Actually, I think I'm there, but it was all in good fun. But what changed?
And we were having fun. I got to clarify that. I was joking with her, but she was dead serious.
Yeah, I know she
really does in the car. Like if I put a cracker in my husband's car, he would be like, okay, listen, we need to get some counseling. Yes. But yeah, she did put the cracker in there. That was real.
Yeah, no, it was apparent that you were joking and she was not.
Yeah. Okay. Do you get it?
It was very clear. Let me ask you this, because I feel like, from the onset of this show, there is this idea, because we know, if you have a man that's just working an everyday job, women are coming for them, especially if you have someone who's an amazing man, right? But of course, when your husband is in the limelight, things are very different. So it always felt like there's this versus the wives versus the sides, right? The wives versus the sides. So I'm just wondering, and bringing on someone like a Brittany Renner, who has been very clear, very open, and even done, written a book and all these things about kind of celebrating being the side. She's even done a commercial, I think, with Christal's on being a side chick. So how do you feel about that dynamic in the group? Because you've always been one that's really, really stands 10 toes down for the wives.
You know what? I would say that Brittany actually is, there's something that happened on the first episode that people didn't get to see. And this will give you context on why I'm about to say what I'm going to say with Brittany. Okay. She came in on a 20. She was like getting ready to stake her claim. Look, Brittany Renner has arrived. All you know what's is about to know me. She walked into that party, came up to me. I was sitting over on the couch, and she sat down, and within 5 seconds of her sitting down, she said, I'm going to let you know I'm not fake. And I don't appreciate you running your mouth, Jackie, to Evelyn and the rest of them about what Vanessa told you about putting a tracker in her husband's car. That was disrespectful, and you need to, stand down. Basically, I took offense to that because it's like, excuse me, but you just got here. You're going to kiss the ring. You're in my city, doing on my thing. So it was a whole big old verbal thing with me and her. And I said, Vanessa, are you upset that I told Evelyn? And she said no. So at that point, Brittany got upset. She started talking crazy. My girlfriend Mecca, who has a child with Samaki Walker, was there. She was sitting over in another area, and she heard the commotion and said, sis, are you good? That's all she said. When she said that, Brittany took it as, her jumping in. She jumped up and dashes her with 4 drinks in a boom, boom, boom in her face. Oh. The reason that I'm telling you this is so you can have context that after that, Giselle, who was new also, jumps in, and then I jump in. So it's this whole big old menagerie. That's what everybody saw in the blogs that didn't make the episode. Right. So I didn't see Brittany again until Shawnee's dinner. When she came to the dinner, that's why I was so quiet and weirded out, because I didn't know what she was going to come on. I was warned by the ladies, oh, she's going to come on 20. She's been talking bad about you, calling you names, this and that. And I'm thinking, what did I ever do to this woman? Why is she doing this? Right. She came to the dinner and walked in and actually was nice. They all were, her, Giselle, all of them. And they were like, Jackie, we're sorry. We respect you, blah, blah. And it became this whole apology thing. And I was like, wow, thank you. After that, all I saw was nothing but growth with Brittany all the way through. So when people watch the show, I want them to stay tuned in, because I'm telling them this for them to be able to understand this woman has shown me nothing but growth after growth after growth. And we have a scene that's going to blow people's hair back. That I cannot wait to
be blown. I'm ready to be blown, because we saw some more drinks being thrown last night. Right? Yes. So I'm here for it. Growth is amazing. Speaking of growth, you have two of your OG friends, Evelyn and Jennifer, are in relationships this season. We know that Evelyn started, but of course the blog she shared recently that her relationship with Levon came to an end. Were you surprised that her relationship with Levon ended?
Yes, I met him, and everybody will get to see. I won't give away what happened, but he was so nice. And I really feel like they probably just felt like it wasn't the right thing. I don't speak on other people's situations, but I was surprised because I thought, they had that little thing over on the other show, and then she came to this one. And when I first sat down with her, she was bubbly about it. And
Right.
then all of a sudden, it just didn't work out. So I won't give away because I want everybody to watch how she gets to the point she's at and what
Right.
she shared with the media. And I almost wish it wouldn't have got shared because
Yeah.
it's like, why watch on the show if you told us? So we'll see.
Right. That's true. That's true. Do you think that knowing her background and that she's dated professional athletes, if you could fix Evelyn up, do you think that you would be happier with a professional athlete?
I really feel like Evelyn at this point in stage in her life, from knowing her and what she talks about, she's funny and I think she wants love and she wants true love. And whether it be with an athlete or just a regular person, I think she would be happy with either. But I do feel like they would need to have their shit together, and that's with anybody. I don't think she's going to want to be with someone that's still trying to figure it out at her, where she's at in stage in her life now. I think she's ready to be like, okay, now, you know what I mean? I want to say my kid is growing up. I really want to settle down and, have some good years now. So yeah, I really hope and wish the best for her.
Yeah. Well, we saw Evelyn and Vanessa. It looked like things were getting better on the show, and then social media showed us that they were not.
No, no.
What are your thoughts? Because it got really, really ugly. And I know that people really feel like we've seen so much growth from Evelyn. We've seen so much growth from you over the years. Obviously, Vanessa, I'm sure when you come in, you got to feel kind of like out of sorts, especially because of her relationship with Evelyn's ex's, first child's mother. That's got to be difficult. What do you wish for that relationship? Do you think there's a way to mend it at this point, or do you think they probably just need to, be cordial but stay on either side of the room?
I will say, without giving away the show, this is only the tip of the iceberg. It gets bigger. And to see it. My hope and wish is that they just finally one day be able to come together and have a kumbaya moment and really mean it. But I really feel like a Ponderosa at this point, where I'm mediating it, is the only thing that's going to happen. And it could be the three of us, or it could be a whole room of us. But something is going to have to give, because they are adamant about their stance in it. And I don't think they care for each other at all. You just seen recently, I was in Atlanta doing a play, and everybody's sending me the messages like, "Ooh, look what they're saying." And I couldn't believe it. The anger that is there is real. Yes. And I feel like an intervention is going to have to happen. And I don't know if that's going to be the reunion. I don't know what it's going to be. But they need it.
You can handle it. You can handle bringing
I can handle it.
Okay.
I can. And I can be neutral, because they're going to need help. It ain't going to fix itself.
Yeah. No. Yeah. So Jen is in love. What do you think about Jen's new relationship? We see, because I think this is the first time we've seen her in something that people are really excited about in a really, really long time. How do you feel about her new relationship?
You know what? I met him, and they'll get to see as that pans out. And I think his name's Christian. I think he's really a nice young man, and I'm happy for her. I hope that they continue down the path of marriage, and everybody can watch the show and see how that relationship kind of pans out and expands. I know they all are aware of what happened last season with Jelani, and they were like, okay, we were already on this ride, and now here we go again, and every season is her trying to find love. But I really feel like this one might be the one. I really
got a ring. I believe she's moved a little further in this one. We'll see. Speaking of relationships, you every year you would do the big wedding, which I think that is absolutely amazing. I don't see how you have the wherewithal or bandwidth to do that, but I love the fact that you did it. Have you done it these last few years? Have you married?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
What was the for the last one?
Christal, when he proposed to me on a Friday in our driveway, he called his agent. He wasn't in the league yet. And his agent said, well, you need a prenup, blah, blah. He said, I'm not worried about no prenup. I'm marrying this woman. This is the love of my life. I'm marrying her, and I don't care. My money's her money. We got married on a Tuesday. We had 100 people with, close friends and family were able to come. And we said, next year, let's do a big one where everybody can come. We did that, and it was such a beautiful experience. It was so amazing. The love, the family, the cooking. We're that type anyway from Seattle. We all come together for reunions every day, it seemed like. So we decided, let's make this a family tradition, and we've done it ever since. So we've now been married 28 times.
That is
amazing.
We
just got married the other, July 8th, and then we're going to do it again. Next year, it'll be in Africa.
Oh my gosh. Well, Jackie, kudos to you on that. Last question. Give us the key. I want to know what I've been married for 2.5 years. What is the key, Jackie? Help me. What is the key to getting to 28? I am on my way. How do I get there?
You are, and you are a beautiful spirit. I will say definitely communication. You got to communicate. Nobody can't read minds. And if we start playing in our mind what he thinks this or she thinks that, it causes dissension. Don't let nobody else on the outside come into your relationship. It's you and him against the world. Period, point blank, no other nothing. Leave divorce off the table. Look, I don't care how mad we get at each other. We're going to sit down and talk about it. And third and fourthly, keep it sexy. I am in love with this man today, Christal, as I was in 1996. This man rocks my world. He
Okay.
smells good. He wears the cologne that I love.
Yes.
We try exotic places every, summer when he's not with the team and I'm not shooting the show. And we read books together. We're into each other. Stay into him and you'll be fine.
I love it. Well, thank you so much, Jackie Christie. Keep doing what you do. The OG of Basketball Wives. We love you. We can't wait to see how this season turns out. So hopefully we'll get a chance to chat with you again later in the season.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you. Bye-bye.